Alrighty, gang, we are back with another episode of Crash of the Titans. This time with 4-star Dark Beast against the 5-star Age of Apocalypse Magneto. So, a battle of characters from the Age of Apocalypse. I gotta go into my roster to talk about all of Magneto's skills and abilities because he's one of the few characters that I don't remember how they work. Partially because he's not really that good, and the other reason is, well, as you can tell by my roster, I don't have too many covers for him. So we know he's at a 5.35. So let's take a look at all of his abilities and go from there. So polar coordination is his blue ability, which costs 10. Converts 4 basic green tiles to yellow, and then goes airborne for 3 turns. And then for every 3 yellow Magneto has in his AP pool, when he returns from being airborne, then you deal damage to the enemy up to 8 times. And the reason why 8 times 3 is 24. So if you have 24 yellow, or he has 24 yellow when he comes back from being airborne, yeah, that's pretty much game over, man, game over. But I highly doubt he's gonna get 24 yellow AP in the fight. Internal induction is both the active and passive yellow ability. So passively, projectiles are stronger for each active X-Men member on Magneto's team, and this includes himself. And then additionally, it converts 3 basic strike attack or projectiles of a chosen color into whatever the strength of the projectiles are. And if a friendly strike attack or projectile will be converted, improve it by the listed amount. So you choose a color. If it happens to have strike attack or projectiles on that particular color, then you know it'll improve. Otherwise, you know it'll convert some to that. All right. And then finally, magnetic inhibitor. This costs 9. It creates 2 pretty mediocre black strike tiles, and then 2 purple repeater tiles that convert an enemy strike attack or protect tile to a friendly strike tile, and then deals damage. So it's not really that impressive, to say the least, because think about it like this here: when you face off against folks like Beta Ray Bill, they already have their stuff already locked and loaded. So it's like, yeah. As far as affiliations go, heroes, mutants multiversal, because this is an alternate reality version of Magneto. All right. And speaking of alternate reality versions of characters, we're gonna go with Dark Beast. Now this is a character I know a bit about, at least in game wise, but we're gonna take a look at his abilities because he's actually a pretty strong 4-star character. Alright, so scientific method, this is a passive and an active. Actively, it creates 2 4-turn red countdown tiles that create either black or green attack tiles at the start of each turn. And then whenever the countdown tile expires, then it stuns for 2 turns. Since this is a 1-on-1 fight, we don't have to worry about being random. And then additionally, if a friendly match includes a friendly special time tile, then you gain 3 additional AP. So if it has an attack tile up in there, boom, you gain 3 AP for whatever color that you match. So if it happens to be the black attack tile, then you gain 3 black AP. It's not, oh man, 3 for each attack is a special tile. No, it's just 3, period. So there's no double dipping or stacking, AP. Sadly, no. Bleeding Edge is Dark Beast passive. What it does, Friendly attack tiles deal less damage, but match damage is increased for every black AP that you have. And then whenever an enemy matches a friendly special tile, then you create 2 friendly black protect tiles. Now, normally the synergy, here with Bleeding Edge, hey, you want your opponent to, you know, make matches in your, with your strike, attack, and protect tiles, so you can get protect tiles on the board, and that's going to lead into Polaris and Beta Ray Bill. Again, we'll talk about them once we get the fight over with. And then finally, Blinded with Science. This is a green ability. Costs 9, deals damage to the enemy team, and then converts 4 basic tiles into blue charge tiles, which you see that fuels into Scientific Method, or Beta Reveal, or Polaris, whomever you choose to use, whatever the case might be. As far as affiliation go, villains, mutants, Brotherhood of Evil Mutants, Geniuses, and Multiversal, because hey, these an alternate reality version of Beast. So as far as boosts go, you're obviously going to boost black, green, because you really want to use this green ability to get those charge tiles out there so that you can quickly get your stuns off. Obviously chase after blue as well. Black, you're not going to really worry too much about, because again, it's a passive ability. If Magneto happens to match any of our special tiles, cool. If he doesn't, cool. Also, too, we gotta make sure that we deny blue so Magneto doesn't go airborne. And that's all I got to say. As you see, I'm rolling with the neutral boost because it's not gonna affect the fight, and I'm gonna shut up now. Alright, outside of a few technical hiccups on my end, because hey, it happens. You know, you see how relatively easy Magneto was. I always want to thank the Alliance for playing, and as you can see here, oh hey, it's my anniversary coming up pretty soon. Well it is my anniversary for Marvel Puzzle Quest, 8 years. So yay me. Alright, now as far as pairing up Dark Beast with people, you know, I mentioned Beta Ray Bill because Bill, he makes projectiles out the wazoo at the start of the battle. Well, at least 4. Then you have Polaris, who anytime you make matches with Strike, Attack, or projectiles, she's going to replicate them up on the board. And then if Dark Beast, you know, happens to make matches in, you know, the colors that happen to have those, you know, Strike, Attack, or projectiles, then you're obviously going to gain AP from it, and then you can see how vicious the cycle can be. So you're obviously going to use Bill's blue instead of Dark Beast blue, because you're not really caring about stunning the enemy team. And besides, you have a much better stun with Polaris with her blue. But again, you're going to be using Bill's blue to generate projectiles on the board, you know, each turn. Polaris is going to be there for the replication, and then obviously Dark Beast is going to gain AP from whatever, you know, tiles you happen to match and whatnot, and then you're going to use Dark Beast green to add more blue charge styles to the board, and then, you know, once you get the vicious cycle rolling, yeah, it's pretty much good night. Alternatively, if you don't want to use Beta Ray Bill, I mean, you could use Kamala Khan. You know, it's effectively she does the similar thing, though you're going to be much slower in terms of AP generation. At least, you know, Bill's gonna give you 1 AP in blue and green, you know, each turn. I mean, well, each time that you match a projectile, or, you know, in the case of Kamala Khan, you're gonna have to wait until your opponent fires off of power, and then, you know, making matches. So again, that's gonna slow you down just a little bit there. I'm trying to think of her. Who else did I pair up Dark Beast with? But it was just mainly Polaris and Beta Ray Bill that I used to pair him up with, and, you know, just go from there. Cause, you know, it's a pretty, like I said, it's a pretty vicious cycle. So we got Colleen Wing coming up pretty soon, but before we look at Colleen Wing, you know, Melinda May is going to be the next Crash the Titan. So we got, I think this is going to be her first appearance, at least in this cycle here with Crash the Titan, because I don't remember doing Dark Beast on camera, or if, you know, I did happen to do it, oh well. So I'm gonna knock all this here out, and then we'll get on to Colleen Wing through the power of editing.